Alright, we got paired. Key check from Poland. 2, 3, 6, 7. Last game went Sicilian went completely sideways. Let's go with the Frenchy French. Alright, so advanced variation. Oh. I think C5. C3 makes sense. I'll go here. Here I wanna go for my stupid line with A6 and bishop here. I haven't played it in ages though. So I'm kind of wondering what's the move order. Is it takes, or takes and then A6, or A6 first? We basically want to get rid of the Frenchy bishop, even with the cost of doubling the b-pawn, which we can sometimes ram then down the board anyways. I mean, we don't mind this at all. There is of course A4. Is that where we play C5? Mistakes fine here. A4 makes a big hole on B4. I mean, it's a big hole if I can somehow make him take there, which I'm not sure I can. A4 takes. Knight C6. Well, obviously, well, okay, H4 is something completely different. I was gonna say that if he doesn't take with the C pawn, then this knight doesn't get the C square there. H4. So if I go here, I don't know, maybe takes, knight G5, H6, queen here. G6 should be fine. Bishop there. I mean, that enables something, but that was already a defended square. I mean, it might be like an indication that, yeah, we're coming for you. Get prepared. I don't know if I want to play H4 or H6. I think I'll just go with my plan of choppy on this side. Get rid of that light squared bishop. Alright, maybe I should have looked at this possibility. Is it gonna go all the way? It's gonna go all the way. Should we again care at all? I could chop here. I guess their idea is to take with the king, and like they already made room for the rook this way, so he can maybe do some lifting, or I don't know, maybe if the h file opens up. I don't know how that would work, but anyways, I'll just take here. Then should I care about this pawn going there, or they can probably play G3, King G2. I don't know, rooks could be lifting around like in a, I don't know which Frenchy French it does happen, but it is possible. We could just start putting pressure on the D4. Or H6. Seems like a, I allow that h6 and play here. Maybe the dark squares get a little weak. Maybe. I don't know. Let's just ignore it. Problems are probably always best ignored. Just let them pile up. What's the worst that could happen? That's a good advice to chess and your real life too. G3. King is going there. Artificial castles with the rook on h5. Not bad. Could I just go knight here? Oh, then I drop the pawn. That's a bit awkward. It's not really putting a lot of pressure on anything. I mean, it's putting some pressure on something, but enough? Who knows? I like to wait with takes until the knight moves, but what would I do here that's useful? h6 still could be done. I don't know, rook c8, but then I can't castle. Queenside if I wanna. And I might wanna. Queen b6. What would white do? Like king g2? It's not really threatening anything here. Could take, go knight e7. It's not a stable square though. Should we have fixed that square for the knight at this point? Maybe. In hindsight, of course, it makes this a big hole. Like a c4, go for the queenside castles. I don't know, somehow open this side up. Seems a bit hard to do though. Seems a bit hard to do. Play h6 and f6 to bite on this one becomes probably harder because we make a huge hole on g6. Could maybe go g6 now. Or f6, sorry. Doubting they'll take ever, but maybe queen c7. Then with that instantly have a pressure there, f6. It's a bit questionable since I did get rid of my Frenchy French bishop and d6 is a bit weak, so f6 does weaken the e6 quite a lot. Well, anyways, just do a move. I mean, I guess we could go this way to here. If he takes, they take. If it takes, it takes. Is this anyway stable? I don't know. Well, let's try it. It's a Frenchy idea. This pawn has been pushed all the way here. Doesn't matter. Who knows? Not that this pawn was going to go anyways. Or if it's gonna go to g4, it would have come to g4 already. We are technically stopping it, but I don't think that matters. Ay, ay, ay. Why am I playing the French when I have no idea how to play the French? I don't know. It's always like being opening. I somehow enjoy the suffering it causes me. Let's pre-move this. Happens, it happens. Can we ever use the G file? I mean, maybe. Why not? Their king is probably gonna end up here, and the G file would be open up. I don't know. We could sneak some dirty tactics somewhere. I don't really know how, but somehow. This is a very common way to get the knight here without blocking the bishop, claiming that we don't care. Also, what we can, if takes day, we can this, and then this come with more power here eventually. And still I'd like to wait until this moves before I take ever here, if I take ever. It doesn't go here, which I feel like is the best score for the knight. And one of the downsides of the c3. Oh no, it took back my pre-move. I lost like an important second there. Alright, so they're using the rook lifts here. Makes sense. Reinforce that too. How bad of a baddie is the rook? Somewhere like here. Or here. I'm not like... I don't know. I'll just go here, whatever, man. Not really seeing the threats yet. Will probably be revealed to us at some point. P3. It's a move. Takes care of c4. We don't have the knight jumps around here. Sometimes happen. We could take it. Which way do they take back though? I could harass the rook once. Leave this loosey-goosey. I don't know. Rook goes somewhere. We don't need the rook here. I'm not gonna castle kingside. I guess if I move the rook, I'll do weaken this, and then he might sneak some sneaky attack on it. It's not the most... It's not the most sturdy construct anyways. I suppose if I castle this way, they're gonna go harass this guy. I could go here. If rook goes there, I could go here. Takes, rook swings to f6, question mark, h6, queen here, drops that. Could start with this. I don't know. I'll leave the king here, covering this. Because this way at least I get the rook fastest to... Well, it kind of wants to somehow like influence the c file. Maybe we'll take, and if they take with the c pawn. Okay, and here I'm not sure where the rook is going. I guess he wants to go here if I move the bishop. It makes it harder for me to... I'm not sure I was gonna go there anyways because of the problems set by the queen. So I'll just take here. And then I wanted to go here. Assuming something like knight bd2 is forced now. That is covered twice though, so I have no forking for cronies. Well, also if I go here I get pinned anyhow. I was looking at if this goes here, maybe I could have throw in a sneaky check here, go pin it. I don't know if that's a thing. do we have like this side is so awkward though. Check. Of course they could also block with the queen. I don't know, we take, get in with somebody. A rook or the knight. I don't know, they could harass me a little bit. I mean, if I go in with the rook, I guess they could kick me out. We kind of block the rook in. It's not obvious at all, that's good. Of course, we could go in with the knight. If rook goes here, we could check, assuming the king is there. Or I could go, well, like I said, this. Of course, they could go here and say that this is nothing or something. And maybe it's nothing. A6 again. Bit awkward. I could go here. We could also just take the c file, but then I cannot trap my knight. Except a6, knight c2, rook c1. Again, we have the check and take the rook. I don't know. Let's take the c file somehow. So I don't know. I'm not sure the check, like, that might be okay. That might be okay. I'd rather keep the king on f2, f1 still. With idea a3, knight here. I guess he could go here. We swing in. Who knows? Of course, I have missed that I have a knight square here too. Does it do anything there? I don't know. Maybe. We can also still give a check and give a square here. If all goes to the something. I do feel a little bit like I'm playing with 3 pieces and these idiots are just sitting here. Not that these are super coordinated on white side either. The knights are nice, they support each other. But the rooks, of course, are a bit discoordinated. This is doing stuff. It's keeping my rook from g-file, which might or might not matter. Alright, so they get out of any kind of a checks here, so I can't go here now. We could swing in with a queen. a6 takes. I don't know where the knight goes. Queen here, a3. I can't calculate that. I can't move. I could go here, but I'm a bit worried it's a no man's land where I can't really get anywhere and we might get captured in the long run. I could take the queen, then move the knight somewhere. Here again we get pinned, except I would be here instantly. That actually works, right? Let's just go in with so little calculation there, based on a one flimsy variation. So, can I take here again with the same idea? Rook here, bishop here. Does that get us anywhere though? Of course, rook c1 is not even forced or anything, so questionable. But I could like lodge the knight there. Any good? We could of course take with a rook and be normal people. Hit a2, a3. I don't know, retreat somewhere. I'd be almost threatening this, except he can take with the rook and not hang the knight. Okay, I'll take this way. Assuming a3. Still not sure I want to go here because it looks, it's in the camp, but also like very, very vulnerable. What are we doing there? Nothing. So I think I'll go back. There's no way to hit my rook now because the knight is hanging, so can't really go capturing it. And though I did block my rook in. Not sure we are threatening that or anything, not that matter. No, I think he should just go king f1, e2, d3, and they do it. I can't go here, I think. I think so. Or knight here. Going for places. I don't know, I'll play the weird move. With hopes that like the idea is that if he plays there, I get b4 for the bishop or the knight. Can't take there, I think. It's not far away, like takes, knight here, there. Most threatens a mate. Rook goes to the back rank though. Should I have anything there? We could go here and stick the knight there and kind of cover everything a little bit there. It's one of those constructs I'm not sure I can get out of. And also question is, what if he doesn't care about this thinking pawn and actually attacks my rook first? Disgusting. I don't know. Let's see. Thinking d1. I'll move the rook. Maybe here. Keep an eye on this guy. 10 wheels. If a4 happens, then we'll maneuver the knight back to c6 by some squares. Of course, if this happens, I cannot take here defending my rook because it just takes it. I guess I could take here and then take back. Oh, I can take here. Wowza. Wowza. Is that good? That I can't guarantee, but it's a move at least. I mean, it should be good, right? We have all the pawns on the light squares almost. The bishop leaves there. We do lose the g7, so he might swing here, but so what? Okay, a4. This is probably the more interesting. So can I go here? And why not? I'll just do it. It's interesting. If I die, I die, but I can't spend all my time on useless things. Knight here, I think, dies to knight rook c1. Can't really get rid of my knight. And now it's kind of dominating the king. This guy hasn't have a... Still it's there, annoyingly, but it's... Well, it's binding down these guys, but now I'm thinking of this move here. I don't care about this anymore. Can even move the rook king here and even sack these guys and get the rook in. And then if the bishop goes here, we might be threatening knight here and win the game. So they have to be careful here. I don't know. Looks so... I hate the doing constructs like that. That look like they might hold up, but you're never sure about, like, you miss one move and all your pieces are hanging suddenly or get stuck in their camp. I think I might be fine though. We have a kind of a... The knights are strong but also really immobile. This has no squares at all to go to. I don't know, maybe he should like try to actually get it somewhere. Challenge this knight here. Does he have time? I'll get here in time, and then there's 3 attackers here. Yeah, I don't think it works. I mean, technically you can always like even defend this enough times. As the knight, he has the rook, the king. But the mega pins like that are really unpleasant. I don't know how. I guess he could go here and here, kind of untangle, unpins. I mean repins, but then eventually unpins from this pin and that pin, which are all theoretical because the bishop is not here anyways. But now that he's thinking, it's making me more comfortable. Good part. I mean, they could some long-term thing, get this guy here. It's usually the square we hate. And we can maybe always like put the knight bishop there. I mean, not here. I don't think he has time to get there anymore, but earlier probably. I guess if he goes there, we always can play the bishop there. We do drop that guy though. Bishop here looks ugly though. b4 doesn't work because we can... Also, we can't even go here. I was gonna say that maybe try this, but a5. It's the free pawn. Maybe a5 could be a thing. No, it's not thing. I was thinking of attacking here, but the knight is covering everything. It's like a... It's a monster. It is kind of a monster. Even eventually going there. Compared to the knights on their knights are like... that's not going anywhere. It's covering b2. Good for you. This is not going anywhere. There's no squares to go from here. My bishop, like I said, my pawns are on the light squares. It's good now. We got rid of the bad bishop. This rook, of course, is trash. Okay, don't know about kings. Kings are equally awkward. Maybe in the hindsight they should have not brought the king in. I don't know. Should have done something else. I'm not even confident I'm winning or anything, but I know it's very awkward. And white is feeling the awkward because they have spent like, I don't know, 8 minutes here. Can I see how much time he had? No. Where did he start? Like 8? Or did he have 10 or 8 minutes before this move? It's been a long thing though. A long thing. Soon the times are even. I wonder if I'm disconnected or something. I don't think so. Lichess is usually really good with detecting the disconnection. You got the red banner on the bottom. Whereas the competition server, sometimes you just don't know. I guess they have the bar there. It's decent. That's not the best because it allows mate in one though. A long think and then the worst move. Let's see. Well, it gives me a big advantage here. 1.7. It was awkward position to find a move. Like I see that he can just go here. But what will white do? Like, you know, oh. No, my opponent says that bishop a3, bishop b2. Yeah, that is actual huge problem there. Because you can't take it because of the same mate threat also, like if he does something stupid. This is mate threat problem. It says he's in the h4. h4 against them. This plan, but didn't know how to do it with the c5 included. Oh, without c5. Oh yeah, c5 included. Okay, yeah. It says he's in this. h4 versus the a6 bishop b5 ideas, which I drew in. Yeah. I don't even know is the c5 included in my plan. I think it might be. I guess that's the one possible line here. But I started with this and then a6, bishop d7. Here we are not yet revealing our plan because this is useful move in the other line too. Just taking away the checks like in a, if we suddenly go for this plan instead. I don't know here. And then there's like we are actually threatening to take the pawn, and there's not gonna be a discovered check here. So I usually like a little more hidden ways to play, like still have a chance to go to that plan, or maybe we can double back to this normal plan. He says maybe he can meet knight d7, knight h6 with knight a3. Yeah, maybe. I'm not sure. The computer hates this a lot. I mean, this seemed actually pretty good for white. I'm not sure like even this seemed awkward. I felt like my attack is... Okay, here he made some kind of a rook g4, I guess. Just to take here the computer. Bit weird. How do you defend that? Like king, queen here? Maybe. Covers both. I suppose we don't have a file to work with here. And maybe you could now like try to get this guy here. Possible. So bishop d7, knight f3. I think a6 is this the cleanest way to go for this. No, somebody goes there. They could stop it, but if they play this, we can maybe go for this. I don't know. I like my c5 version more. And not my version, I think. And yeah, usually you do something like here and then. Okay, well, I don't know, like that makes sense if you move that to take there. This of course has the awkward downside of this being there. Black has to make a move for here, so we can stay on the diagonal, and then I don't know, there's some weird stuff here. And there's no way to get the knight to cover it. I don't know, maybe here and trying to go here. Guess we should take it. But this looks fine for black. There of course is bishop e3. The idea that or maybe we always take first. If knight takes, then we can't go here, but then we can go with the other plans. But if takes, then the bishop here, bishop takes. This is better way for white, where he didn't spend a move, moving the bishop already, and then castles. And I mean b4, and then you have like a open file, and then you use this as an awkward piece here. You can always defend it with the knight c6. Of course, white can play around that pawn too, so but at least again we deny the c3 from the knight. Well, let's see how the game went. I don't know why I talk about opening there, since I don't really remember it anyways. Knight h6 is the best move here. Computer likes takes. I mean, it looked fine. And now it just wants to like kind of just take it, and then black has his problems on this side. But now we don't have the c file to play with. Whereas here it just doesn't. Okay, again, this is a mistake. Okay, someone wants to take bishop g7. Why? Guess we're gonna make this a little awkward so they can't take it, but still. And if this happens, I assume. Oh, even. Oh. Are you saying this is super solid and no problems? No problems. Fine. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, he was probably threatening this and double attack. Funny thing is that here the computer would thinks that f6 is the best move. Of course you want to weaken everything. Because why not? But this apparently is fine. We cover there, and then it also has some f-file problems here, so f6, castle's king side. I'm not sure I would come up with those moves, unless I know they are fine. So here are some options. Taking the c-file is the best way to go about it. I didn't like the check because the king goes here, and even if I go somewhere like here, it just moves me away and anything here. And I mean, I guess we could go harass this stuff here, and I think I might get captured or driven something somewhere really nasty. Oh wait, I can take here, not that way. a3 here, b4. Yeah, it doesn't look great. Of course, I can't go in with the rook because of a3, and knight didn't look too much like I'm just pinning myself here. I was thinking this in this way, but well, I thought this move, but apparently computer says this is even better. Then they can win a pawn. Fine. Can't take with the queen because the knight is hanging now. But the rook takes is fine enough. How about king g1? This is what I was thinking. Kind of similar, that I wanted to discover check and win the rook. They get out of the check. Oh, then I have this knight bishop a3. I saw this later on. Get rid of the rook c1's problems. Don't think I saw it in this moment. Somehow it's like the knight is there. I'm so blind to this kind of possibilities that, yeah, let's move the knight here. Oh, now rook bishop can go here. No worries. Sometimes like this kind of blindness is my biggest Achilles heel. That the things that open up, that something moves deep in some kind of line. And that's not even to go very deep in the line. Right, so here we get in. Doesn't really care if takes. If you try to avoid the queen trade, I can just take, and the knight goes somewhere. Yeah, it's painful. Probably the best is to take. I thought the king move here looked the nastiest, but oh yeah, then I lose that. Yeah, he has to do something about this. Sorry. Okay, computer would go here. I thought this knight, like what? King f1, bishop e7. Where are we going? Just defend it with the rook. But why? I mean, it might be awkward, but I feel like this is also very awkward. Guess we are threatening that though. Oh, even more pawns. Fine. Can't they do anything about that? I guess they could move here. Computer just wants to play f6, f5. Guess we get the bishop in game this way. Didn't really do much on here anymore anyways. I just have to try to give up the pawn. Now this my guy actually got really awkward. The bishop is completely dominating it. We're not doing much here either. Actually loses probably instantly. Then we just bring the other guy in. Yikes, yikes, yikes. I thought I was having a good plans here. Oh, king e2, yeah, that's better. Going for this square instead of going for this square. I'm hitting this. Does it work here? If king goes here, I can have the in-between check too. But is this okay too? Yeah, it seems to work here too. Oh, sorry. In-between. Important. So it worked against here too, because he can't go here because I can take and take. And I don't know. Whatever the way he takes, we take. And I mean, I suppose we are better here. We have an extra pawn in this side. Passed pawn potential. Bishop. Whatever. Here, the computer gives the best move is just run away with the king. Bishop e7. Yeah, unpinning that. Rook e1. Bishop g5. Again, it's being weird on purpose. Just wants to give a pawn for no reason at all. Well, I guess it was not really a no reason at all. But why can't he... Oh, I guess the point is that if he moves the knight, then we're just gonna play h6 and the rook's completely trapped. Well, he has f4 eventual possibilities. It's not completely gone. Alright. Cool though. Yeah, well, this was not good. This was not cool. But my opponent showed me that there is also a plan I didn't even see. I was just looking at this and that. But yeah, this is also a disturbing plan. He can take care of actually both threads with this move and freeze the squares here for the rook, but black's still better. Anyways, again, thanks for watching. Until next time. Ciao, ciao.